Nice to see you, Vijay, at our little booth. To start with, can you explain a little bit more about your role?
Sure. So I joined Broadridge back in 2013. I was head of strategy and M&A. I was in that role for 3 years. And in that role, really focused on helping, take Broadridge along this journey of evolving to be a fintech company, which was super exciting. And back in 2016, I took over the fixed income business. So I now run one of Broadridge's largest businesses. And in fixed income, we process about 2/3 of the US fixed income market. So essentially provide post-trade services to Wall Street.
And for the simple-minded people, what is fixed income business? What does it entail?
So, fixed income, obviously, debt instruments, treasuries, corporate debt, and those trades, those instruments get traded on the secondary markets. And once you do a trade, you have to process the trade. So we take care of everything that happens after you get the trade done.
Right. So when it comes to your clients, what are the principal areas of innovation they keep asking you about?
And we like to think of our clients focus on what we call kind of ABCD, right? So AI, blockchain, cloud, and digital. From an AI perspective, there's a lot of interest from our clients in understanding how to apply AI in really 2 areas. In the operational space, how can you use like robotics process automation, machine learning to drive more efficiencies in operations? In the front office, how do you apply AI and machine learning to derive insights from data which help with your front office trading activities, identifying counterparties to trade with, trading more efficiently, and so on and so forth. On the B, the blockchain piece, we think blockchain is a very interesting technology. Obviously, it's been through a kind of a lot of hype over the past few years. We were one of the earliest investors in distributed ledger technology. And what we're seeing...
Not ICOs though, right?
Not ICOs. No, we're very focused on how you apply DLT to operations versus creating new digital assets and so on.
Okay.
And what we've seen happen very recently is a real uptick in interest from clients around how do you use DLT to generate near-term cost savings and efficiencies, but also at the same time start to put the building blocks in place for you to drive deeper transformation. And we're working on a project in the repo space, which happy to talk about that in more detail later. And then there's cloud. So, a lot of interest in moving technology stacks onto the cloud. Obviously, the cloud gives you a lot more variability in terms of your cost base, a lot more agility, resiliency, and security. So we're seeing a lot of interest from our clients, very selective areas, to start to embrace the cloud more. And then digital transformation more broadly, we're seeing that across the board. How do you just, given the technology cycle times are increasing, how do you apply new technologies more efficiently to your business?
What are the types of clients you normally work with?
So in the fixed income business, most of our clients are large broker dealers, right? So, in the US, as an example, we have 19 of 24 primary dealers on our platform, over 40 clients. And these are all large investment banks who run significant market-making operations in fixed income.
When your clients approach you with this request for innovation, what's the route between the trying it out and actually implementing it in real life in their real businesses?
So a lot of our clients are, since the financial crisis, a lot of our clients have been focused on solving for regulatory change and compliance issues. And it's been challenging to invest in driving real technology innovation because there's so many other priorities. So they've been coming to us and saying, you as Broadridge have, connectivity, to, a lot of capital markets firms. Can you think about your role as helping us on-ramp innovation? What we've seen in the capital market space, largely as a result of regulatory pressure, is a real focus on vendors. A lot of banks are trying to reduce the number of vendors they work with. The bars for vendor approval are increasing. So if you already have a strong relationship with a bank, you already provide a lot of their technology and operations to them, the ability for you, and you have a strong network, the ability for you to on-ramp innovation, I think is really interesting. So a lot of our clients who are maybe challenged investing in technology innovation ask us to help them onboard specific types of innovation in certain areas.
So as we all have heard, we might be all going into a recession. What do you think going to happen to innovation as soon as it becomes very apparent?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to comment on sort of macroeconomic trends.
Comment on the innovation side.
On the innovation, I think, so really, when we think about how cyclical innovation is, I think for some firms whose business model may struggle, let's say in a downturn, I think it'll be even more challenging to invest in innovation. But there are going to be firms who have the ability to invest and will view that as an opportunity to potentially invest even more and leapfrog further ahead. So I think it'll play out differently depending on how strong a given firm is in a downturn.
So do you think it will immediately separate the firms that are doing innovation for the sake of it from those that actually need it?
I think that there could be a little bit of that. I'm not sure how many firms are generally innovating just sort of, for the sake of it. Most of the clients we speak with, their innovation efforts are extremely focused on tackling real pain points,
right.
with a lot of focus on, return on investment and a lot of focus on operationalizing innovation.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see any material change in terms of, the nice to have innovation and real innovation. I would just say that I think that technology innovation in capital markets is a very interesting topic, I would say. And I would say that the rate I'm seeing, firms embrace innovation is a rate I've never seen it, historically.
Wow.
And I think that's a result of a lot of the new technologies coming to market, and also the ability with cloud technologies and so on to innovate and build prototypes and test prototypes very quickly.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Katia.